Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 23rd of December. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. Have Man United been on the naughty list or the nice? Who knows? But we do have a Manchester United update today. We have news around Joshua Zirkzee, Semenyo, Bruno, Mainoo, even Ruben Neves. Everybody is getting mentioned at the moment. Where shall we start? I guess the first thing to say is Ben Jacobs has tweeted to say that Manchester United are front runners for Semenyo. But it's not just between Manchester United and Manchester City anymore. Chelsea have also decided that they are interested in the player, and they are gonna potentially throw in a bid in January. Another winger that Chelsea potentially want to add to their squad. It's not like they don't already have enough, but it has come out, even though we were told that Manchester United are front runners, Chelsea are also interested, and we can expect a Chelsea bid. From what I've also been told, a lot of clubs are waiting on Semenyo to decide. Lots of clubs have made contact, but before anyone speaks to the club or actually puts in an offer, they want the player to confirm what he's feeling. They want to know, is there any point us putting a bid in? Or have you decided that you want United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool? We know he's an Arsenal fan. At the moment, it doesn't look as if like Arsenal are interested to the point of putting a bid in. But once the window opens, anything could change. We do know that the release clause is only available for the first 10 days, I think. I think the 11th of January is where it becomes invalid. Obviously to allow Bournemouth to sign a potential replacement. But what is going to happen there, who knows? We know that Manchester United were interested last summer. We know that Amorim has been interested. Apparently he's met the player. He's gone for food with the player. So they have discussed things, you know, past that. It's also come out today that Manchester United are potentially willing... Sorry, just getting out of here. To potentially change the formation to accommodate Semenyo. So again, watch this space. There is a little tiny bit of confidence when I read the reports, but it's football. Anything could change. We could be pole position today. He could sign for City as soon as the window opens. We just have no idea. So yeah, we'll leave the Semenyo news there for now. There has been an update on Baleba. Brighton have said in the last day or two that they would potentially be happy to keep the player until 2027. So for the next 18 months. Obviously in the summer, we were going to place a pretty big bid. The player agreed terms with us. It was all potentially green lighted apart from the club to club. But since then, he has been a little bit off the mark, and his form, unfortunately for Brighton, has meant a drop in his price. It sounds as if they're holding out for £100 million, and they're potentially willing to keep the player until his value rises enough, until his form comes back, and clubs, mainly Manchester United, will be willing to pay £100 million plus. The big three that we're linked with in the middle of the park is definitely Baleba, Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson. I'm almost 99% certain that we don't get any of those in January. So it is going to be a case of waiting for the summer for those. But Amorim has also, this leads me on nicely actually, Amorim has also come out saying he doesn't want any short-term fixes. He only wants players who are going to be there long-term. So if you were thinking that we were going to sign one of those free in the summer and loan somebody for 6 months to tie us over, maybe a Ruben Neves or a Conor Gallagher, it seems as if that's not in Amorim's plans. He's saying he only wants long-term players who are going to contribute to the club, which would indicate he doesn't want to go towards or go down the route of an Ighalo, a Weghorst, a Sabitzer, which we've done in the past, and where some of those you could argue have been semi-successful. At the moment, we've got a lot of injuries. We've got players away to AFCON. I mean, a short-term fix could potentially help at the moment. But it seems as if he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to bring players in who can hit the ground running, which again is potentially a good news about Semenyo, because his release clause is gone by the 10th, 11th of January. So if we want him, it has to be early. There's a couple of knock-on effects at the moment as well. So us signing Semenyo would also mean that Zirkzee could leave for Roma. Apparently, the club and the player have agreed terms. The wages and everything like that are not going to be an issue. They want Zirkzee. It seems as if Zirkzee wants them as well. I'm sorry if you can hear my music as well. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's somebody's car. I don't know what music that is. Sorry, that's totally thrown me off track. But if we sign Semenyo, it does mean that Zirkzee can leave. Roma are pushing for a loan with a potential obligation to buy. Manchester United seem to be pushing for a permanent deal. I think it's so they see it as one in, one out at the moment. So if we sell Zirkzee, we can put the money and some extra towards Semenyo. And as much as I love Zirkzee, I think there is a ball of air. I think Semenyo would improve us more. Zirkzee will always be remembered for the Arsenal move. Don't even need to say which one, you know which one. But if his time to go has come, then so be it. It is unfortunate, but who knows. So yeah, it does look as if he will end up in Italy. He apparently wants to go to Roma. Roma apparently want him. Negotiations have been going back and forth between the player and the club. That has all been sorted now. So he knows his destination. He is happy to go. Manchester United are a stumbling block. Obviously with the injuries, with AFCON, we're thin on the ground already. We can't really get anyone gone without bringing someone else in. So it's expected that Man United will block this until they sign players. Like I said, if we can get Semenyo in early in the window, then we can open the door to Zirkzee leaving. Potentially heading to Italy. Someone else who looked like they may have been heading to Italy, Kobbie Mainoo. Napoli apparently want him. He apparently wants Napoli. But Manchester United are potentially saying no. They're blocking any departures for Kobbie Mainoo with Bruno injured. So as we know at the moment, last game Casemiro was banned. Bruno went off injured. Ugarte was the only midfielder we had available. Kobbie Mainoo was also injured. However, it's expected that he'll be back for the Newcastle game. So something a little bit fishy here, and I don't know why. Because it would seem as if he may have been punished for the t-shirt incident that his brother wore to the game before. However, Ruben Amorim has said it was an injury. And with the whole Marcus Rashford thing in the past, he has been very open and honest with us. So if it's not an injury, I don't know why Amorim wouldn't just tell us. And also, if it is an injury, I'm a little bit curious how he can be totally removed from the squad for a game on Sunday, yet he could potentially be starting the following Friday. It just doesn't tie in. So either he's injured or he's not. If he's out for Friday's game against Newcastle, fair play, it's an injury. If he's in the squad Friday, that needs to be looked into because there's something dodgy going on there. And if he is being punished, like if he was just dropped for a game because of a t-shirt incident, why not be honest and just tell us that? Anyway, it looks as if a potential move may be put on hold. Speaking of Bruno, it's also being expected now that he could miss the Manchester derby. We play Man City on the 17th of January, so around 4 weeks' time. And there's talk now that he may be away for that, so he may not be eligible to play. He may still be injured. Not eligible, but he may not be fit for that game. If that is the case, we have been linked to 3 midfielders who are not the main ones. So I know we mentioned Wharton, Anderson and Baleba. We've also been linked to Ruben Neves, Conor Gallagher and João Gomez. The Ruben Neves is the one I'm going to talk about because Ben Jacobs has touched on that recently as well. He has said Neves has been discussed internally at Manchester United. Obviously he's Portuguese, so's Amorim, but it's never got to the stage where they contact Al Hilal. So obviously we're aware of him. It's being reported that we could get him for about 20 million. Newcastle, I believe, are also interested. Manchester United say they've discussed him internally, but it's never gone anywhere further than that. So again, look into that how you will. Amarin has said about short-term fixes, and he doesn't want them. I potentially see Neves as a long-term fix, because he's not very old. He's still in his 20s. We could potentially sign him for quite low, around 20 million, and we could get him on a 4 or 5 year deal. You know, there's nothing wrong with him as a player, but he's obviously not one of the main ones. But I think if we could get 2 midfielders, you know, there's nothing wrong with a Neves and a Gallagher deal. We could get both of those for less, and we'll pay for Semenyo. Do we really need Semenyo at the moment? Like, yes, we're missing Ahmad. Yes, we're missing Bruno. But if we want to play him kind of on the wing, or potentially, you know, in more attacking, we've got Cunha, we've got Mbeumo coming back, we've got Sesko, we've got Ahmad, we've got Mount. Central midfielders is where we're struggling at the moment. But again, if we have a chance of getting Semenyo, I just say we go out and we get him no matter what. Is that going to be the only player we bring in? If so, we'll have to ask some questions, because there are other areas that we need to fill. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about at the moment, and until the window opens, it's all going to be speculation, isn't it? I mean, there are players we need to bring in. If we can get Semenyo, I'll be very happy. If we can somehow get Bruno back from injury, I'll be very happy. And if we can sort out Mainoo, either get him playing and happy again, or we offload him, I'll be happy. So yeah, comment below, let me know which bit of information we've spoken about today you're more interested in. Which bits excite you? Do you think we'll sign anyone in January? There is also the option that we go until summer without signing anybody. I think we would massively struggle if that was the case, so hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's a potential. As always, comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you don't see another video after this one, have a good Christmas. I'm not sure what news we'll get tomorrow, whether there'll be a video or not. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so this may be the last video before Christmas, in which case have a good Christmas. I expect to be here before New Year's Eve, but if not, or if you don't see another video, Happy New Year. Have a good 2026. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping an eye on this channel this year. And I hope to see you next year. Have a good one, guys. Thank you. Goodbye.